Hi, hi. This is Trepacer. Welcome to my Blu Ray update, Blu Ray / DVD update for the week beginning June 14th, 2015. Uh, Game of Thrones. Just watched that. What a depressing ending. Anyway, let me get to my update. I got one thing from Best Buy, and the rest I got from Barnes & Noble. They had a 50% off sale, which is good. Up until the 22nd, I think, with all Blu-rays and DVDs. Okay, the one thing I'll go through the one thing I got from Best Buy, which I got today, because I had to go for something else, and I picked this up. The Kingsman: The Secret Service. This is one of the best movies that came out this year. Colin Firth, Samuel Jackson, Michael Caine. Just a great take on this kind of a James Bond training type of thing, but it's much more than that. And it's just a fantastic movie by the guy who did Matthew Vaughn, who did X-Men First Class and Kick-Ass, and just a great story. And they're gonna make a sequel to this, of course. But this is an unexpected hit, but a fantastic movie. An 8 out of 10 for me. Just fantastic. Okay, and the rest I got from Barnes & Noble, the 50% off sale, which is good. And I'm gonna go back there again because it's gonna be until the 22nd, which is a week from tomorrow. So I'll go there next Saturday and pick up some more titles. Okay, the first thing, everything else that I got here is 50% off. This one is a horror movie, which will probably be in my update, Blu-ray, my Trepacer Saturday reviews. Ray Milland's Edgar Allan Poe's Premature Burial, written and directed by Roger Corman, starring Ray Milland, about a guy who has an inherent fear of being buried alive. And I'm anxious to see, I think I saw this years ago on TV, but I'm anxious to revisit that and look for that, my review of that, which will probably be coming up this Friday or Saturday for Trepacer Saturday Horror Reviews. Now, this next thing, I was looking in Barnes & Noble last week, and I saw this and I read a synopsis for this. And this is called David and Lisa, starring Keir Dullea and Janet Margolin, and basically about these two people that are mentally handicapped. One can't stand to be touched, I think the guy, and then she can only speak through rhyme, and they kind of form a connection. And it's supposed to be, see, it says Best American Film, 1962. So I'm anxious to see that. It's intriguing me, so I want to see what this is like. Okay, now the next three things I got are horror movies, particularly about vampires. Got 1979's Dracula, starring Frank Langella, who originated the role on Broadway, and Laurence Olivier, about Dracula. This is sort of a sexy version of Count Dracula, and really good. I love Laurence Olivier in this. And then the next thing is a exploitation Dracula. Blackula, this is the first one, and the sequel, Scream, Dracula Scream. And William Marshall gives a great performance as a prince who got cursed by Dracula and becoming a vampire. And I especially like what he did because I read behind the scenes thing that they originally wrote it because this was filmed during the black exploitation era, and because I think they originally wanted his Dracula to act like a pimp, but he said no, let's make the character come from royalty and be a prince and have dignity, and he pulls it up. He gives a great performance. The late William Marshall as Blackula, which is he's fantastic, and I especially love the first movie. The second movie is kind of too, it's okay, but it's not as good as the first one. The first one is a classic as far as I'm concerned. Okay, now the next thing is a Dan Curtis who created Dark Shadows, and I think this was filmed around the same time that show was on, maybe a little bit after. This is Dan Curtis's Dracula, starring Jack Palance. This is his tale of the Count, and I think I saw on YouTube a few clips from this, but I'm anxious to watch this from beginning to end because I like Jack Palance as an actor, so I want to see what their take on this is on Dracula. Now the next thing I got is two westerns. The first one is Rio Bravo, starring Howard Hawks film, starring John Wayne, Dean Martin, and Ricky Nelson. I think John Wayne plays a sheriff, and he gets the aid of Dean Martin, who's like a drunk, and Ricky Martin is like a young gunslinger. They have to protect. I think he has locked up in the cell one of these outlaws, and his boys try to come rescue him, and they have to fight them off. And Rio Bravo, got that. Now the next thing is a John Ford film, western, starring John Wayne, of course. Joanne Drew, John Edgar, and Ben Johnson, Harry Carey Jr. She Wore Yellow Ribbon. There was supposed to be like 3 movies in his trilogy. Fort Apache, I think She Wore Yellow Ribbon, and I forgot what the other one is. I have it over there somewhere. But 3 John Wayne's, his Cavalry trilogy, and John Wayne actually plays an older. They age him like 20 years. I think he's supposed to be this old general, I think, or commander who's cavalry officer who's retiring. It's his final week of service, and he just, he wants to, he's seen a lot of things. He wants to retire peacefully and stuff instead of, but he has to try to prevent a war, I think, from happening. And I'm anxious to watch this again. I love John Wayne, I love John Ford westerns. And last but not least is a trilogy of Chuck Norris's films. I'm a big fan of Chuck Norris's films. Delta Force and Lone Wolf McQuade and Code of Silence, which is one of my favorites on Blu Ray, a 3-pack, which is, I think, a great deal for that. And this was $14.99, of course, 50% off. So that was like $7.50. So that's a great deal for that. Anyway, that's my pickups. Let me know what you think. For you to leave comments down below, and I'm going to have myself a nice little cry about what happened on Game of Thrones. Hopefully, they'll revisit. It was a great episode, by the way. I definitely recommend that. But hopefully, things will get corrected. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about in the beginning of next season. Okay? Now I got to wait all the way to next year for that, unfortunately. But anyway, this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.